Hello. I'm gonna start over. Hello, listeners.
I'm ruining the intro.
Oh my god. Hello, listeners. Thank you for tuning in today on Game Case, where we're talking about what we're playing. And in this segment, we're not going to be talking about the AAA titles that we play on a regular basis. Like, Ace is always playing Warframe, but he's not going to be talking about that. I'm always playing Overwatch, but I'm not going to be talking about that. So, yeah, we're talking about some of the off-the-radar games that people don't maybe know about. So, what have you been playing first
This
off?
segment's called What You Got?
So, what have you been playing, Ace?
I've been playing Octodad, Deadliest Catch.
Now, everybody knows about Octodad. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people know about Octodad. But I feel like not a ton of people have actually played it.
The thing about Octodad is it is one of the best examples I have ever seen of game-based slapstick comedy. Like, the fact that the controls are purposefully a little wonky, and the fact that the premise is a little bit silly kind of harkens back to like Charlie Chaplin kind of stuff, just minus the Hitler stash. Like, the idea that the situation itself is just so absurd, and it's a physics-based game, and physics-based games are always just a little bit funny. If you ever try to make a serious, gritty physics-based game, I will be there for you, and I will help you design it all the way. Because you have to be very careful not to make it super, super silly. But Octodad embraces that fully, and it's one of those situations where all of the jokes land. Like, the fact that he's an octopus in a business suit just makes everything so grounded in absurdity.
Can you...
Like, anytime he talks, they have adjective, blub.
So, can you just tell me real
Like, if he's
quick?
concerned about something, he goes, concerned blub, or apprehensive blub, or worried but reassuring blub.
Can you just tell me something real quick?
Yes.
Is this game only fun because of its absurdity?
The humor's actually really intelligent sometimes.
Yeah?
Like, I don't want to give away spoilers at all because all the jokes are funny. There's even like a section where they make fun of like they make it a fair joke. Like really easy, like early. Like they're all sitting outside at like a barbecue and the wife says something about like a neighbor and how attractive the husband is. And you see concerned and jealous blub from the from Octodad, and then the wife's like, you have nothing to worry about, honey. Like, and there's a joke near the end of the game that's just so fucking on the nose, but I don't want to give it away.
Don't give it away.
Octodad is hilarious because it reaches that level of comedy that's hard in games. It has the combination of written, stylized jokes and unintentional comedy. Like, comedy that naturally comes from the moment. Mm-hmm. Like, not improv, but it's like zany, weird slapstick comedy that's just like, this is so ridiculous. And then they have a highbrow, intelligent joke in there as well. And it helps that the animation is spot on and the gameplay is intuitive enough that you understand what you're supposed to get done. But getting there's a bit of a challenge.
Right. Okay.
So I made a trip back to that here recently, and I've been enjoying it.
Okay, so what kind of gamers would you recommend Octodad to?
All of them, if you love this medium and you don't have a stick up your ass.
Fair enough. So all you guys out there that are not living life with a stick up your ass, try out Octodad. That's what Ace says.
Lighten up, people. Not everything needs to be a dramatic piece of art. Sometimes you just want some Charlie Chaplin.
Fair enough. Alright, so now I'll talk about one of the games that I've been playing recently. I've been playing a game called Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Now, it's not actually called Valhalla, it's VA-11 Hall-A. Cyberpunk Bartender Action.
Those are entirely different.
But the bar that you work at is called Valhalla.
Is it called VA-ILP 100?
No, the bar is called Valhalla. The reason why it's called Valhalla is because it is in it is in Street Hall A or something like that, and its address is like VA11. It was something really weird like that they explained at the beginning of the game, and they're like, but we just call it Valhalla. What are you doing?
I'm sitting back with my head over my shoulders and my mouth open as if to be aghast at how... I'm sorry, lame that is. Just, don't get me wrong, the game could be perfectly well, but it's one of those, it sounds like it was written by a high schooler.
I mean, maybe it was.
And this ship was called the Morning Dawn because on the day it was created, the sun came up red instead of yellow.
Oh my god.
Come on! You don't call the bar Valhalla because the letters somewhat matched up.
The letters completely match up. VA11 Hall A.
Let me guess. This is a bar where heroes come to drink.
It's not at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. No. So I'm gonna read the Steam.
I have been knocked down a peg.
I'm gonna read the Steam description real quick. It says, Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartender action, is a booze 'em up about waifus, technology, and post-dystopia life.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And...
It's a hipster bar, isn't it?
Kinda. the whole...
That's why they call it Valhalla. It happened to match up and they're like, oh, dude, that's so Viking chic.
The whole game is kind of like a visual novel. You're playing as this girl named Jill, who's a bartender, and I'm ignoring that he's doing the mouth open thing again. But you're playing as a bartender named Jill.
I think you should specifically say when I started doing that. It adds to it.
No. He did as soon as it said it's a visual novel. But it is kind of like a visual novel. You're playing as a bartender named Jill, and you have regulars every night who come in, and you talk to them, and you got a variety of girls you talk to, a variety of guys you talk to, and then they ask you for drinks, and then you serve them drinks. And if you want, you can put extra alcohol in the drinks and get them drunk. I'm serious, and that'll make them say different things.
That's a little
fucked up.
Yeah.
The whole world is really fucked up if you play. You learn a lot about the world through all your different customers, and you learn a lot about the people. And all.
Are you a robot?
And I know you bashed it on its writing with the Valhalla earlier, but the writing is actually really good. There's some really intelligent jokes in there.
Fair enough. Like, I haven't played it.
Yeah.
It just sounds so goddamn Mary Sue.
It's actually kind of a fucked up world, though.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if there was someone who came onto the screen in a trench coat lined with, like, pure black and red trimming and sunglasses.
But yeah,
I have to save the world because no one else will.
It is a cyberpunk setting. So there's like androids that there's literally this type of android that's built in the game. They're called like Liliums, and they have feelings and thoughts just like a person, but their whole purpose for being built is a sex bot. They are sex slaves, but they have feelings and they're people.
If you're designing one of those, the exact opposite you want to do is give it maybe mimic feeling. I'm gonna not have this discussion.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Like, that's like the exact opposite thing you want to do to something that you're going to be using as a sex object is make it feel it.
Now,
unless you're a fucking sadist.
Now, with that in mind, I would like to point out there isn't any nudity in this game or anything like
Damn
that.
it.
I know. Just a bunch of people just got really disappointed. But it does,
Are you sure it doesn't have a patch?
It does, it could.
Or a 50-cent boob enlarger?
It does have a lot of,
Risque.
risque. Yeah, it talks about. I
like the idea that the robots don't look like
Sexual
anime
content.
girls. They kind of just look like really clunky robots.
They don't. They look like little anime girls. I'm sorry to burst that bubble. They do look like little anime girls. There's even a conversation that your character has with one of them, one of the regulars.
Are you a robot?
No.
There's a missed opportunity.
Your character even has a conversation with one of them that's like, hey, do you ever grow up? Because you still look like you're like 14. And then she's like, yeah, I can choose to get enhancements to look grown up if I want to, but I seem to get a lot more business this way. Yeah. I'm not doing a very good job at selling this game. I swear to God, it's a good game, though.
Well, it's a dark drama game.
It is.
And that has its place.
Yeah. It does.
It's look at this mirror of society and look how it stares back into you.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying a lot of the bad aspects for the game, I guess, and I'm not doing a good job at selling it. But I promise you, it has good writing. It's not all sexual. It's actually only sexual when
you make it that way.
When you talk to certain characters, like sex workers, yeah. So that's obviously what they talk about. But that's still not the only thing they talk about. They talk about themselves, and you get a lot of character development. If you want to play a game that has a lot of different characters with a lot of character development and learn about a lot of different people's stories, and there's no relationship aspect to this game. You're not getting in a relationship with any of these people. You're learning about their lives from behind the bar as a bartender, and you're making their drinks.
I like that.
And you're still trying to do your job. And you do live your life outside of work a little bit. You can browse the internet on your phone in between shifts, and you spend your money on things that make you happy, and you try to keep yourself sane and not too stressed out and not overworked. Yeah. So you do have your life inside of the bar, which is the visual aspect part of the game, and you have your life at home, which is just the browsing the internet on your cell phone and trying to keep yourself sane. And it is a really good game. I recommend it to anybody who even it kind of likes visual novels. If you don't like visual novels, so you won't like the game. It's a lot of reading. And even though I didn't do the best job at selling the game, on Steam it has over 1,000 reviews, and it's reviewed as overwhelmingly positive. So I'm not the only one that likes it.
It does sound like, as long as they approach all of the subject matter in a mature way,
yeah,
it could create a really cool story, and I would take your word on it. I might look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the first game I wanted to talk about.
Alrighty. And so for a complete tone switch, cats are liquid. This is just a fun little, weird game where you're like a little puffball cat, and you have to work through just all the platforming segments. It has a couple of darker moments in it where it's just talking about the relationship between people and their pets and stuff like that. That's all subtext. The whole idea behind it is that you're a little puffball and you can get all flat and stuff, but you look like a little kitty cat and you're liquid and you go through the platforming stuff. I haven't beaten it or anything, but it's adorable. And that's all I have to say about
That's all you have to say about that game.
No long, weird, glowing review or anything.
That's fine. Do you think people should play it?
It's fun. Yes. It's $1.
Oh, okay. Is it a mobile game?
I don't think so.
Steam?
It's on Steam, yeah.
Okay. It's $1. Might as well get it. Alright. Next game I was going to talk about was something that recently released. It just went out of, early access.
Yeah, it's still $1.
It's this game called Catch Me. And I wanted to talk about this game, even though I don't actually completely recommend buying it.
Fair enough.
But I want to talk about this game because that's an interesting idea, even though I've seen another game with the exact same idea. And the idea of the game is that you're a magician thief, and you go and you basically rob people's safes to get their money and add it to your money, and you use that to build up your house where you store your money to make your house better protected from magician thieves coming to rob your house. And it's an online game.
Yeah.
So you're actually robbing other people's houses that they make in the game.
It's like that free-to-play game that was the top-down Diablo-ish one. I forget what it was called.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
I'm not sure. But, so I just wanted to bring up this game because I love that idea. I build my base and I go into other people's bases, and it's a very community-driven game. It wouldn't be a lot of fun unless you had a lot of people playing it. Now, the reason why I didn't want to completely recommend this game was because, honestly, I think just that the actual system for stealing the money isn't very fun.
Yeah.
It's, you click to move. You don't use arrow keys or WASD.
Okay.
You click to move, and then you have 3 ability slots, and they're all click to activate. And it's, I don't know. To actually play it, it didn't feel that rewarding. And it just didn't feel like a lot of fun. I actually got it refunded on Steam because I only played it for an hour, and you can refund games on Steam if you play them for less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's only $5 though. So I just recommend people check it out, and if it looks like their cup of tea, because I know a lot of people have been really enjoying the game. Like, I wouldn't leave a negative review on the game or anything. It just wasn't for me. But I think that's a game that needs a community, so I want to talk about it.
Cool. Yeah, that works for me. I'll give it a look-see.
Yeah. And did you had one more game to talk about?
Yeah, do you have one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah. That's how this goes.
That's how this
Back and
entire
forth.
format works.
Back and forth.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and talk about something that's been out, but it recently got a revival with a bit of a sale, and with the fact that Games for Windows Live has received some patches and stuff like that so that it can still operate at least and is able to run these older games. Bulletstorm. Come on, people, we need to make this happen. Buy as much Bulletstorm as you can, because I fucking love this game. Like, it's one of those rare games that is tongue-in-cheek enough to be hilarious, but serious enough at certain times that it's just like, oh shit, stop. It's kind of like watching Firefly, where shit's funny, shit's funny, shit's funny, shit's real. And then shit's funny. The whole point, it's a first-person shooter, and one of the points of the game is it was designed in such a way that it was kind of, at the time, going against the grain of what a lot of modern shooters at that point had become, where, you know, just weird, boring corridor shooters where you walk through a hallway and you shoot dudes and that's it. It has a kill system where there are a lot of interesting ways to kill guys, like kicking them into spikes, cutting them off ledges, kicking them into the air, shooting them when they're in the air, and kicking explosive. Like, there's a lot of kicking. But then you get this thing called a leash, where you can leash guys and bring them towards you as well. And the physics on the game are top notch. It's built in Unreal, so, you know. And the weapon design is spot on. It harkens a little bit back to older shooters, but with some modern twists on it. Like, you can only carry 3. Let me put it this way. When it comes to the weapon system, you can only carry 3 weapons at once, one of which is your default pistol weapon, which, you know, a lot of games have. You know, it's like, no matter what, you have your pistol. Your pistol is a fully automatic assault rifle in this game. I don't mean that there is a pistol and it works like a fully automatic assault rifle. I mean there is no basic pop gun pistol. The gun you can always have on you at all times is a fully automatic assault rifle. And this is a gun, and this is a game with 4-barreled shotguns, break action shotguns, flail mine launchers, and sniper rifles that you can control the bullet midair. Like, this game uses a skill shot system that the more guys you kill in unique and interesting ways, the more points you earn, which allows you to purchase stuff from these little deposits all throughout the campaign. With those points, you can buy ammo, you can buy upgrades, you can even buy new weapons at certain points, whole 9 yards. And let me talk about this campaign for a second, because this is one of the most beautifully built, cohesive, straightforward campaigns I have ever played. It does play a little bit like a corridor shooter, but it never truly feels like it because of their most excellent level design. And the pacing of the story is in such a way that you always know what the immediate objective is, and you know what the far objective at the end of the game is, but in between it is changing and interesting. You always know what you're supposed to be doing right at this moment, and it never ceases to surprise you in what you're going to end up doing in the situations you'll be in, of just constant, never-ending escalation. Like, you start on a ship shooting some dudes, if even that. Actually, no, on the ship you're on, you don't even shoot some dudes. It is a little bit of a slow start, but that slow start is because the game never stops building. It is always introducing new mechanics, it is always introducing new things to do, and it is quite possibly one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played. They're trying to get a sequel off the ground right now because People Can Fly own it. The game is only $20, and I full-heartedly support it for the gameplay alone. There is also a multiplayer aspect where you can play with 3 other people, co-op. I fucking love this game, and I want a sequel made.
Alright. I've never played Bulletstorm, but you made a pretty good point for it. I'll give it a shot. Don't worry. Don't worry, Ace. We got your back.
We need it.
I'll play it.
I want a sequel.
I'll play it.
It's so fucking good.
Maybe someday. I don't think that game sold very well, though, if I recall correctly.
Do not delegate tasks to the intoxicated.
I'm assuming that was from the game.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Damn, boss, is there anything that you touch that doesn't crumble to shit? Your mom survived. Barely. Well, I guess I know where that old gal got that limp.
Yeah.
The dialogue is so fucking good.
This is just you, man. I have no
I
idea.
know. Play it. Play it.
Literally only you have played it. Nobody else.
Nobody else in the
Nobody else in the whole world. You were the only sale I got. Bulletstorm, now released, totaling 1 sale.
One review.
1 review says 5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, I'll wrap.
5 out of all the stars.
I'll wrap it up. The last one I have to talk about isn't very. It's not. I don't got a lot to say about it. It's this game called Tharsis. It's actually been out for like most this year. It came out in January. Yeah, it's really good. It's interesting. You play as about 5 or 6 people trapped on a spacecraft who, like, the engine blew, so they're just floating out in space. They have a limited supply of food, and they're trying to repair the spacecraft. And
is this the one where you have like 4 astronauts?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get back home. It's kind of like a single player board game because there's dice rolling, which means there's a lot of chance mechanics, and there's choices you have to make, like
whether or not you eat a man.
Whether you eat a man is a choice that you will have to make eventually.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. I recommend checking out some gameplay videos for it. See if it's your cup of tea. I've been having a lot of fun with it. That's all I got to say about that one.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Well, this has been What Are We Playing? And he's Ace.
What you doing?
And I'm
What
Track.
did I yell at the beginning?
What are you talking about?
Like at the beginning, when I yelled, this segment is called...
I don't remember. I was ignoring you.
Oh.
Anyway.
This segment is called Ace is Sad.
That sounds like your life.
Fuck you. Alright. Don't forget to visit our website at GAMECACE.com.
That's GameCace.com.
And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a question you want answered on According to Cord in the comment section. And remember to air all your grievances and jubilations on our website.
Yep, and all these podcasts are available for download on the iTunes Store as well as the Google Play Store. So if you can't get enough of us, download us there.
I know I can't.
I can.
All right, Multiverse. See you next time.